You're watching Transformers of Eternia. Now today I want to give my thoughts on the Masters of the Universe new 2026 movie trailer and all the little things that I thought was good and bad in the trailer. But before I do that, if you enjoy this video, why not hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Okay, to start this off, I just wanted to put this out there and let everyone see the costumes, how they mimic the comic books and the classic version of everything in a lot of movies. Now, I wouldn't put Harley Quinn in that list, but there's a reason why I put Harley Quinn up there. But just keep in mind that they have managed to figure out a way to make characters look recognizable to the way that they once were in cartoons or media, comics, whatever. So I'm just going to say that first because I know there's a lot of people that get mad if you say you would like costumes to look more like the original thing. Whenever it comes to any movie that comes out, there's a big division. The first thing they do is they attack the actual classic fans, the ones that grew up with the stuff. So I just wanted to put this out there that they got all these costumes actually to where we recognize the character in all of these versions, okay? There's a lot more out there. I just use these because they're the most recognizable. As soon as you see them, you know. So I'm just saying costumes matter. And getting them to where they look like the actual character that they're modeling it after matters. That's a big deal. So that being said, let's move forward. Okay, I'll start off with the one that's the most controversial right away. And that is Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms is like one of the best. He's like one of the best Masters of the Universe main characters. He's like Iron Man in a lot of ways. That's why I put Iron Man right away in the beginning. You can kind of see that they kept Iron Man's suit correct, even though they made it into a movie. I mean, they weren't ashamed of the red and gold. They didn't get like, oh, we need to tone that down. We need to make Iron Man into a black man. We didn't do that. Yeah, I know I'm sounding like a racist now. But anyway, whatever the internet wants to say, they can say it. I'm just going to be honest, okay? So I don't even hate this actor that plays Man-at-Arms. I actually like him. He's actually a good actor. But the problem is, he's not fit for this guy should not play the role of Man-at-Arms. We could have found an older, wiser, white guy with a mustache. There's plenty of those. I'm sure we could find one. Anyway, and this guy, like I said, this actor, he would be great. Maybe he could play Clamp Champ even. You know, I know we're supposed to be considered racist if we say something bad about Man-at-Arms being played by a black man. But what about Clamp Champ? I guess Masters of the Universe forgot about him. They don't remember they actually have some diversity in the cast. In fact, Master of the Universe is all diversity. There's blue people, green people, red people. There's so many different colors and races in the Masters of the Universe. There's strong, empowered women, lots of them. And there's plenty of different races and beings and all these different things. So I don't understand why you're considered racist when you don't like the main character who's a white guy being cast as a black man. And it's sad enough that it's a black guy I actually like as an actor, okay? That I have to actually say this. But I've been holding off on talking about this movie stuff because I wanted to see what they're doing first. Even though I knew that as soon as they say they're going to Earth, that's definitely not the Master of the Universe that I want to see, because we've already gone down that road. And back in the 80s, as a kid, when I seen that movie, I was like, I don't want to watch this. This is garbage. The 80s movie was total garbage to me as a kid, and it was such a letdown as a child because I was like, okay, I wanted to see He-Man riding Battle Cat. There was no Battle Cat in that movie. There was a whole bunch of things wrong with that whole entire movie. And I know people will say, well, they just didn't get the budget. Okay, I get it. And then, of course, some people, they decide to accept it and just say it's great when it's not great, okay? It's not great. We could have gotten better. And back then, they even had like Tom Selleck. He would have been a great Man-at-Arms. But no, they couldn't afford it. And they decided to do the movie too late. There's just so many things. But getting back to Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms should be a wise older white guy with a mustache, and he should be, he should be kind of humorous in some regards. He should be a strong, powerful warrior, and he should have that kind of Iron Man kind of armor type approach, like where his armor can just kind of turn into things and do all this stuff. But he should look like Man-at-Arms. It should not have to wash out his gold or his orange, whatever you want to call that color, of his armor and turn it into like this washed out, like dirtied up looking version of Man-at-Arms. I mean, everybody else, their spaceships, their airships, their whatever, transportation in this universe all looks pretty clean. So I don't know what's going on with Man-at-Arms armor. You'd think him being like the head of the guard at the palace and, the king and all that stuff, you'd think that he'd be able to afford to get his armor shined up every day and cleaned up, to look nice and golden and sharp looking, But, I mean, Teela, her suit looks pretty clean to me. So there's some kind of, I don't know what's going on with their suits. I guess one person's got a dirty one, the other one's got a clean one. I don't know what's going on. But that's just one thing I've noticed. The reason why I have the images of him playing Heimdall next to him playing Man-at-Arms is because notice how Heimdall wasn't ashamed to have that golden, shiny, super clean looking armor there. I mean, it's amazing how they were able to do that in the MCU. When it comes to Masters of the Universe, we have to have his costume really dulled down and kind of grimy looking, when all the other costumes don't really look that grimy looking as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so next up, Teela. Now, Teela, as you can see there, is wearing pants. That's the first thing you notice. And I'm just going to be the one guy that says the thing out loud that all the other men, for some reason, are too scared to say. And that is, Teela does not wear pants in her costume for the Masters of the Universe, okay? I know that's shocking. I know it. And I understand how a lot of, people are going to get, a lot of women or whatever. I don't know who these people are, but they're people that are not Masters of the Universe fans, apparently. Well, they're going to say, well, isn't it sexist to have her not wearing pants? Well, let's see. What does Harley Quinn wear right over there? What is she wearing? Doesn't she look sexy? Uh-oh, I said the word. I shouldn't be saying that. I know we're not supposed to say that anymore. Okay, now what's Wonder Woman wearing there? She's got armor on her boots going up, but she still has like the same kind of loincloth type of style thing going on. So she still resembles Wonder Woman at least, right? Okay, so I don't get it. Now, I do see the original movie up there in the right corner, and that shows a woman that's dressed up trying to act like she's Teela as well from the 80s. And that costume was absolutely horrible. So having this new Teela wearing something very similar to that, it's kind of freaking stupid as far as I'm concerned for them to try to copy the movie that took place on Earth that did very badly in the 80s. Why would you try to copy something that did badly? Why wouldn't you try to copy the Wonder Woman movie that did actually very well? I mean, if you're going to go with the costumes, why don't you, look at Wonder Woman's costume. Oh my God, is that too sexy? I guess we're going to have to cancel Wonder Woman then, I guess, right? So anyway, I'm just saying this because this is pretty pathetic that they could not get Teela right. I mean, they couldn't even put her hair up. What is wrong with these people? They could not figure out a way to have her wear her hair up. She's working for the king and queen, for God's sake. You would think that she would be in the business mode of trying to have the outfit that she wore in the original cartoon to look nicer with her hair up at least, So, it's kind of weird that they let her hair down like she's just this, she could just do whatever she wants, So it's like, and I don't even think this actress is going to be a bad actress. I actually think that this girl might be actually a really good Teela. It's just that she's starting off with an outfit that does not work for Teela very well. It just looks like generic woman soldier number 12. Let's be honest. Now, yes, it's nice that they gave her a sword. That's true to the character. But outside of that, the gold on the outfit and a little bit of the white is what really is the only thing that signifies Teela. And with her hair down instead of having her hair up and having that bracer thing holding up her hair, it doesn't look like Teela at all to me. It just doesn't. I'm sorry, but this is not Teela to me. So, of course, all the people who are not real fans, they're going to say, oh, Cry Me a River, oh, this guy doesn't like the thing that they did to change it, because you're supposed to like anything that changes the franchise, right? Because we're supposed to like, you know, anything that they change. If they make everybody, if they make He-Man a black dude, and they make King Randor a woman, I mean, we're supposed to just like these things. It's okay. We're supposed to just like all the changes. Just keep changing things because the fans are the problem, not the people that are screwing it up. See, we should ask for better quality stuff. And that's why I put that first thing at the beginning, showing all the superheroes in their actual costumes that you can recognize them. Because I'm pointing out something. That in the past they have been able to get costumes that look like the character, so we all recognize the character. But for some reason, the Masters of the Universe movie had to change the costume so drastically that I can't recognize the character other than the fact that somebody told me that was the character. That's it. So that's just my my pet peeve that I'm kind of going off on. And yes, I'm ranting a little bit because I love Masters of the Universe to death. This is one of my favorite. It's in my title of my YouTube channel. I love Masters of the Universe. This is one of the things I grew up with. I even love the 2000X series. I actually like the stories in that even more. But I do like what they did with the 2000X series even. And after that, it seems like it all went downhill. Nobody knows how to tell a Masters of the Universe story. Instead, they want to just change it and completely make it into something that it's not. So now you're getting something that they say is Masters of the Universe, but it's just somebody else's version of whatever. And they did that with Transformers, and of course, the people who liked those things got mad at the fans who actually grew up with the stuff, and it always happens that way. I think they do this on purpose to divide fans, to have them fighting, and then they lose money in the end because they make people hate a product they divide up the fans. So there's division instead of everybody coming together to watch a classic movie, you know? Okay, time to move on to Roboto, okay? So Roboto, I don't know what they were thinking when they made this Roboto, this new version. It's just a robot. It's like not a character really looking. It doesn't look like one of the Masters of the Universe characters really. It just kind of looks like a robot. Now if it was in a different movie, it looks cool for another movie, yes. But it's in the Masters of the Universe movie, and people are telling me this is Roboto. I don't know. I wouldn't have guessed that if I was seen him, okay? I wouldn't have just guessed that. And it's played by a woman's voice, but put that aside, okay? A woman's voice, I mean, Bart Simpson's played by a woman's voice, so I'll kind of go with that, because if they put some robotic stuff into it, it's not going to sound like a woman no more. It's just going to sound like a robot. So I'll just wait and be patient on that one, okay? So anyway, over on the right there, you can see fans actually already decided to change the color changes to make him look a little bit more like the actual Roboto. Because, you know, they obviously didn't get him right, because even fans wanted to change that, but whatever. So I put my design of Roboto in there. I designed an AI version of him, and the one that I did was a copy of the original Roboto, just made more like a realistic version. Now you're going to see a lot of these, my versions of AI versions, in this video, because I went through and did all this stuff for other videos a while ago. And I don't know why those videos didn't get watched, considering this movie seems like it's going to do fairly decent with fans. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, so Roboto looks like the one in the middle. That's what he's supposed to look like. So the one on the left there, I don't know what they're doing. I guess they decided to redesign everything from the ground up like Michael Bay or something. But anyway, now let's move on to Prince Adam / He-Man. Now, the Prince Adam, obviously he's going to be on Earth, so we have to get used to that again. So yeah, he's going to be the office guy on Earth, and he's a he, him, which is a joke. I don't really take that too deeply. I get it, okay? So you can make a joke about that, because he does play He-Man. So that He-Man, get it? He, him, haha, you know, and that is a joke because he's a masculine character. So whatever. So anyway, moving on past that, so many people take that out of context and really make a big deal out of that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of all that stuff, but it's like, man, you're gonna flip out over this one little section of the movie that's like 2 seconds probably. That's it. And it doesn't look like he's very happy working in the office there with the attitude that these people have in the office, you know? It seems like he just wants to get his sword and do some battling, you know, like a real dude. So that makes sense. And who's to say that they didn't make him have his pronouns on his desk? That seems like something that office jobs make you do nowadays. So I don't know why people are so offended by that. We should actually watch it and see how they play that joke, you know, because it might be a joke that's pretty good, actually. I don't know. So, whatever. Anyway, so Prince Adam, of course, has the pink shirt. Of course, that makes sense to how he dressed in the original cartoon, which I still think in the original cartoon that was ridiculous, that he's wearing a pink shirt all the time and the purple pants. I didn't really like that. I like the 2000X version of Prince Adam. I think that's a good version of Prince Adam. That design, and he's a smaller guy. He's not such a big dude. He doesn't look like He-Man all the time, you know? So that version is my favorite version of Prince Adam so far. But moving on to He-Man, I put in here my version of He-Man, my AI design, and my version of what I think He-Man looks like makes the new He-Man look terrible, like downright horrible looking. And I don't like saying that because I think this actor might be able to pull it off. I don't think this guy's a bad actor. I don't think he's going to be a bad anything in this movie. I think he'll do a good job, actually. I just kind of looking at him next to what a real life version of what He-Man would look like is, it's really a hard sell, you know? It's like you're looking at, and plus because they did the armor on him, all weird. I mean, I get it. They're trying to do that like high-end action figure version of He-Man, like the original, whatever that is, Mondo figure. I think they're trying to go with that look, but I mean, there's too much brown, I think. I think his belt should be kind of gold. His armband should be gold, and the actual arm, like the stuff that goes across his chest, should have those little gray box things, those square things going up. And the actual armor where the He-Man logo is, it should be more like the AI version that I did there, because it makes the symbol stand out a little more. Because it just looks too tight to his. It looks too tight to his chest. It just doesn't it doesn't stand out really. It just kind of looks, I don't know. It just doesn't look. When you look at this version of He-Man in the movie, you don't go He-Man right away. You don't think He-Man right away. You just think, well, John Carter of Mars, maybe. You know, that's kind of what it feels like. So I don't know what's going on here. It just doesn't look like He-Man to me. And that's sad, because I don't think this actor's a terrible guy. And I don't think it's not like he's not built. It's just, I don't know. There's something about the way the armor fits or something. It just doesn't feel like He-Man to me. Now I think this imagery is online. I don't know. I believe it. I don't know if it's somebody's AI artwork, but this is supposedly going to be Cringer and Battle Cat. So if this is correct, I don't know, but if this is correct, that this is Battle Cat in the movie, these are like the CGI renders or something of him, then this is great, great, great all the way around. I'm happy all the way. They did this right. Thank God for that. I just can't wait to see He-Man riding Battle Cat and just kind of running. Hopefully he'll go to Snake Mountain riding Battle Cat or something like this. But this looks great. If this is actually the right images. It looks right though, because the cat actually kind of looks about like you see in the actual movie trailer. Okay, moving on to Skeletor / Keldor. Now, Jared Leto is playing this, and I'm just wondering when the moment is when we're going to see his face, because actors require the movies to show their face at some point in the movies usually. So, and like that's like 99.9% of the time. So I'm just wondering when they're going to have Jared Leto's face showing up in this movie, because there's no way that he's going to allow them to have skeleton face all the time. Okay, so I believe they're gonna have something where he was Keldor, and then he's gonna be the blue version over there on the left hand side, and then that will have his face, and I'm sure he won't shave that beard or his hair or anything. He'll just kind of just keep the same, because he doesn't change it. Even in the Tron Ares movie, he doesn't change it, which is weird. So anyway, but over on the right hand side, that's Skeletor. He doesn't look as wide and as thick looking, but okay. He does look like Skeletor. I'll give him that anyway. And I just don't understand why they couldn't have that crossbeam section that holds like the two guards that go down behind on his sides, connecting to his armor on his chest. I just don't understand why that couldn't come down more or whatever, and he couldn't have the bat on there, and he couldn't have the crossbones or anything. My version is in the middle there. My version of Skeletor looks like Skeletor, and this is very similar, so I'm not saying my version is the best version, but I'm modeling mine off of a real versions of Skeletor, you know, so it's just realistic looking version of Skeletor, that's all. So I don't think that this is wrong, I just think that they could do better. And also it kind of looks like somebody has like like a muscle suit on to look like Skeletor, but whatever, it's what it is. I'm sure in the movie it looks better. But anyway, so I'll say this, Skeletor does look right, okay? At least they did that right. I just wish that they had like two guide arms, or whatever, bands coming down off the sides of from the top of his armor going down around the sides under his armpits, you know, so you can kind of, it just looks weird without that. Like it's just there, like it's stapled onto his chest or something. I don't know why it looks like that. It's weird. Okay, so on to Evil-Lyn. Now, Evil-Lyn, I guess that image over on the left is her, but I don't know. It's God only knows. But it looks right. It looks like the same matching design as that she has in the actual movie clip right there. So I don't know, the same headdress at least. I don't know. So anyway, I have the original Evil-Lyn up there. And then the actual version that I made of her, which is the one obviously right there in the middle, kind of. Anyway, so you'll notice Evil-Lyn has pants on in this. Now, I don't know if... I believe that she's wearing pants in the movie, too. I'm sure of it. She's going to always... They're never going to let a woman show her legs in a movie. Even though the men, totally fine. If the men have their shirts off, their legs are showing, not a big deal. But women, you know, we're so conservative nowadays. We have to cover ourselves. We're going back to the 50s now, right? Anyway, so my point is that the outfit requires her to look like this. Now, she has more of a skirt than Teela even on her outfit. So I don't know why people would even... I don't know why they would make her costume not have that. Because she has more covering her in her design usually than Teela. She always has like a skirt thing that's like even longer, you know, so I don't know. And she has a cape and all this stuff, but whatever. And she's evil, so she should be like able to use that to her advantage, but I guess this witch doesn't like to do that. She likes to stay covered, you know, she's very conservative witch. So anyway, I don't know, I just don't get it. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about conservatism. I'm just saying that it seems like the people that are running these things, they don't want to be conservative, but they act like they are because they got to cover these women up so much because they're better than that. They're oh my God, they're pearl clutching every time a woman shows too much. Oh my God, a man cannot look at her. Oh my God. Even though that's not what this is about. This is about her costume and how she's actually supposed to look. This is how she's supposed to look, and for some reason they always want to change it. But that's just my rant. I know, you can call me names, whatever. I'm just being totally open because I love the Masters of the Universe and I don't want somebody to ruin it. That's the way it seems like it's going anyway. So let's take a break off of the characters and let's talk about Castle Grayskull in this movie. So Castle Grayskull in this movie has two giant gaps on each side of the skull. That's the first thing I noticed. It's not gray. It's not the green color anymore with all the moss. It's a grayish. I get it. It's called Castle Grayskull, but it's old. It's got moss over it and all this stuff. It's supposed to be green. The toys are all green. Everybody loves it as the old way, you know? And so I don't know. I mean, yes, this is closer to Castle Grayskull. Yes, it looks kind of closer to like the 2000X version, I guess. But I'm saying that this version of Castle Grayskull still does not work for me. Really, I don't know. It's got the same. I don't know. I like the teeth going down, or I like everything about the skull kind of, except for it's just needs to be bigger and wider and thicker, like the ones even the 2000. Even the Netflix show got that right, and I didn't like the Netflix show. They even got Castle Grayskull right, so I don't get it. Is this? I mean, these two other versions on the bottom there, those are my designs of what Castle Grayskull in a real world would look like. And for some reason, they got Castle Grayskull all weird, and they put it too close, like a cluster of all this stuff right next to Castle Grayskull with a long bridge. So I don't know why they put so much so close to it. So I don't know. It used to be he had to go through the freaking woods and over the hills to get to Castle Grayskull, you know. But for some reason now they changed it and they made it super close to everything. Like it's downtown. It's like near the mall and everything now or something. I don't know. It's just strange that they put it so close, and I don't really like the design. So I know I'm being hard on this, but I really am a big fan. And I just want it to be done right. That's all. So now here's the gigantic New York City. I mean, the giant Eternia, whatever this is. This is a lot. And then Castle Grayskull way down off. If you just take the bridge all the way down, it's right there at the end, you know. You can't miss it. Anyway, but you could see that this is a lot of city going on here. So I get it. They're trying to make this world feel lived in. And there's like one of the ships that flying in, you know, you could see that right in front of you there. So everything looks pretty interesting. You know, they got the giant tower and all that stuff with the trolley thing that's going around, the most expensive toy ever in history in the Master Universe. Anyway, the thing that I could never afford, or I didn't really want it though either. So anyway, but then you got Castle Grayskull down there. I don't mind the fact that they have this giant city stuff. I wish it was a little further away from Castle Grayskull, that's all. I just want Castle Grayskull to be like this old ancient castle that's all got moss grown up alongside it and everything and kind of turned it green, you know? But that's just me, I guess. So now back to characters. We got Spikor for some weird reason in this movie. I wouldn't put him in this movie. He'd be like one of the last characters to put in. But we did get Beastman actually looking really cool. So that's good. He's a big hulking guy on Earth for some reason. But anyway, so that's very cool that we got Beastman. He's one of my favorites. I love Beastman. And then we got Fisto in this, which is actually pretty good. I mean, he's not as built as I would like him to be, but he looks like Fisto, and he has like a mechanical fist or whatever to punch people or whatever. So yeah, that's cool. So I'm glad we're getting those characters in this, and they actually look about right, I guess, even though Fisto is once again wearing pants, because this is the pants movie. Now, we got all these characters, and of course we got Spikor, we got Goatman or whatever. So, you know, why didn't we just get rid of those guys and have Merman? I mean, Merman should have been in there. He's like a main character, so why is Merman not in there? This is what he should basically look like. Something like this. So I don't know why Merman's not in there. I get it. They have to try to do different characters for some reason, just like they did in the 80s movie, and they always got weirder and weirder looking. They didn't look like the actual cast back then. But anyway, so I just kind of wish that they would do more characters. I get it. There's a lot of characters, but I wish that they would do more recognizable characters that we all know are main characters, like these other ones. So I decided to use my AI versions of them. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we're getting Trapjaw in there. I think I seen him in the movie clip just for 1 second. But Triclops would have been nice to have him in there, you know, and have his like little spy drones being used or something. But no, I didn't see him in there. There's my version of Spikor over there, and you could see he's the purple one with the pig head, basically. Well, that version of Spikor would be great in there. Goatman, or whatever that guy was, he's in the movie too, and I don't know, maybe he's just there for a second, I don't know. But those, Spikor and Goatman, they should have been out. Basically, Merman and Triclops should be in there instead. But whatever, that's just the way they do movies nowadays, I guess. So now we have these other characters we could have chose from too to have in the background, other than Spikor and Goatman. So you get Clawful, you get Too Bad, Skeletor obviously, and Whiplash, and then you got Webstore. I mean, these are some other characters in the villains line you could have chose from. I don't think that they would actually make them look like any of these characters in real life, but they would be skinnier and not as strong looking, but whatever. These are the bad guys that we could have got anyway. Who knows? We'll see down the road, I guess. Now these are some good guys. This is like the throne room main crew, basically. So these are the main characters you should be seeing in the throne room all the time, constantly. I mean, Prince Adam interchanges with He-Man, obviously. But we got Cringer over there. We got Orko. We got He-Man / Prince Adam. And then we got Queen Marlena. Now, I know in the new movie, for some reason, her hair is blonde. I don't know why. But anyway, Queen Marlena is talking in the new movie. But I never once seen King Randor. Is there something wrong with the father figure? I don't get it. We can't have a father figure? The king of all of Eternia, even? But anyway, and then Teela. I got over there my design of Teela, which I think is more realistic to the cartoon and how she's supposed to look. And then my design of Man-at-Arms, as you've seen already anyway. So this is the throne room type of group that we should be seeing. So now here's another batch of good guys, and obviously Ram Man is in the movie. Now I'm passing over Orko because I already talked about him. But Ram Man, I guess, is in the background behind somebody in the sequence in the movie. They said they spotted Ram Man. And I think Mechaneck is in there too. And that's the guy with the red and blue with the weird helmet with the goggles. Anyway, and then I just threw in there Many Faces because that guy is just cool, and I don't think that they'll ever make him look like that. And then there's Mossman. I don't know if Mossman's in this movie either. Mossman would be kind of cool. He should be a bigger dude. He should be able to, control different vines and basically roots of trees and all that stuff and make things hard for the villains. But I don't know if they'll use him like that. So that's those guys. So now here's the last batch here. So obviously we didn't see the sorcerer. I don't know where the sorceress is not anywhere that I could see really. But we did see Fisto. This Fisto I designed is a lot better, I think, because he's more bulky and kind of hulking and kind of big giant fist hand and stuff. But we didn't get any indication that we're going to get a Clamp Champ that's standing right next to Fisto. And of course, that's the black guy that we should be getting. If we're going to get a black guy, that's a black guy in the diversity casting that we needed so badly that we had to recast Man-at-Arms with a black guy instead of a white guy. But moving on, then you get Zodak, and then you get the sorceress, and she should be in this movie all over the place. We did see her in her Zoan bird form or whatever. Zoar or whatever. I keep messing up that name. And then of course you got Buzz Off, and then you got Stratos over there. And those are some of the main cast. There's still a bunch of them, but these are characters that you want to see in the movie. Now I don't know if we'll see all these. It's a lot to see, but it's kind of nice that to go through some of these anyway. And this is super long video, so I'm sorry it's super long. So for anyone that stuck around, thank you for sticking around. But, I'm a big fan of Masters of the Universe, and this matters a lot to me. So having a movie is really a big deal to me. My heart was already broken from the Transformer movies, that they really let us down as fans. So I was kind of hoping that maybe we could get a Masters of the Universe movie that's really good. But I don't know if we're going to get a Masters of the Universe movie that is really good for the fans, It's going to be good for everybody, and they're going to be mixing and matching things, I think, in this, so that it doesn't match up with any specific version of Masters of the Universe. It'll be a mixed match of everything else, But I don't know. The commercial does kind of get you pumped. It does make you want to see it. I probably will go see it out of curiosity alone, but I don't know if I'll be really enjoying it as much as I would if it was taken seriously, like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars mixed together or something. But whatever. I'm a big person on how things look, and if all the characters look right, I tend to like it a lot more. And unfortunately, not everything looks right in this. It doesn't match up with the way those characters are supposed to look. So that's the reason why I'm complaining so much in the beginning of this and kind of throughout. But we'll see how it is, I guess. So anyway, I know this is a super long video. I'm sorry about that, but I just kept rambling because this is a big deal to me. A Masters of the Universe movie after all these years is a big deal to me. So I just want to just say that. But I've been already talking too much, so tell me what you think about these things in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.